Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Alex and this is EVE Online. Today I want to share with you a little gem that I have discovered while being in nullsec. What is this gem, you may ask? Well, it's this system here, N-6 Z8B in the Great Wildlands region, or just N-6 for short. Why is this a gem? What makes this system special other than every other system with the Citadel? It's this. The capitalist army, as you can see here, has created essentially kind of a capital system with citadels inside the Great Wildlands region. In the Great Wildlands region, there's only 3 NPC stations, and they're on one small corner of the map. But in the center of the region, the capital's army has created essentially a whole ecosystem that is based around the Citadel mechanic. So if I undock here just for the moment with my golem, you'll see here that there are a lot of things to do in this system. You'll see here in just a moment. Okay, so now I'm outside. I'm tethered. And we will take a look. And as I hit the right click button here, you'll see that there's a number of structures here, including 5 drilling platforms. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 down the bottom, but also the S58% platform, UPG, that's also another drilling platform. There is a platform totally dedicated towards refinery. There's a platform totally dedicated for manufacturing. There is a platform here for all the trade and commerce. Essentially, it's kind of like the JITA for the Great Wildlands region. If I open up the market here, if you just take a look, and these are ships in the whole region, you'll see that the only one available in the region is here in the N-6 system at this station called the Alpha Paradiso Free Trade Station, or Free Trade Zone. Let's take any other ship. Let's take an industrial ship. Just any standard one here, Badger. You can see the only ones that are available are in this station. Taxes are low, it's all player driven, and it is an incredible gem here in the region. One other interesting thing is the position of where they decided to put this station. So I'm going to just dock back up here for a moment, and I'm going to tap out of the game, and we're going to go to .land here. So this is .land. If you are a new player in EVE Online, this website is definitely something you want to add to your bookmarks, because this is the website that has a wealth of information about everything, about systems, about the current state of the game, about the current state of any kind of region, and also there are region maps, and it's also the home of the jump calculator. So once you start using capital ships and you have to make jumps, you'll want to use the calculator in .land in order to calculate how much fuel you need and how far you can go. That's going to be a separate topic here, but for now we're going to focus on one of the region maps here, and as I'm pointing it out, it's the Great Wildlands. So I'm going to open this up. The reason I'm using .land is that this 2-dimensional map is far easier to look at than the 3-dimensional one in the game. And it allows me the opportunity to really explain what the advantages of the Great Wildlands region are and how you could benefit. So as I mentioned, there are only 3 systems with NPC stations, and those are all clustered here in this little corner here. N-D, M-M, and E02. They are Thuker tribe stations, and yes, they have agent missions and things like that, but the thing is, the Thuker tribe has those same agents in high sec and low sec, so there's really no point in coming out here and doing agent missions, unlike the other pirate factions such as Grostas, Sancha, Blood Raiders, whatever, where you do need to come into nullsec in order to run those missions and get loyalty points to be able to purchase pirate hulls, pirate equipment, things like that. Not so in the Great Wildlands region. So as I mentioned, this capital system is located at N-6, and that is right here. It's a very good location because it's right at the intersection point of two major constellations. This one's over here on the left, and this one down below it. And then it hooks into this one here, F-8. It's not on the fastest route going from region to region. So in the Great Wildlands region, there are, I believe, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there are 3 entrance systems into this region that come from Empire Space. Eggbringer from Mullen Heath, Conora from Metropolis, and Antioch from Geminet. And I'm going to just put in sovereignty. As you can see, everything is owned by Thuker Tribe, so no alliance has any sovereignty over any particular system. This is all NPC space. The valuable part, though, is the security status. Now, this is the part of the map you really want to take a look at. As you can see, this N-6, this capital region that they put in, the security status is essentially 0, which is not good if you want to be in NPC space, particularly in 0.0. Essentially, the more negative value, the better rats there are, the better the ore. Everything is just better. You always want to go more negative when you're in 0.0. Here, it's flat out nothing. So this is prime real estate for a Citadel complex, and the Capitalist Army has, no pun intended, capitalized on it in order to drop several stations in this system, in this region. And it has actually really brought about an economy. I've made it my home base here. I've gotten into some PvP over the last couple of days with my Golem. That was very interesting. Didn't collect any kills, but there was a Proteus who tried to take me down that thought I was a Raven, and he clearly just found out very quickly that I wasn't, and he nearly lost his ship. He was able to just get away, but I nearly had him yesterday. Anyways, that's a side point here. So going back to the game here, I'm going to undock one more time. We're going to just check out some of these stations here. So as I mentioned, for those of you who are industrialists, if you really want an opportunity to do moon mining, okay, this is not a bad place to do it if you want to be in 0.0, but you don't want to be stuck in an alliance. And actually being in an alliance is not a bad thing. It's just that there are usually expectations tacked on to that you may or may not want to deal with. So I'm going to go towards one of the station here. Again, this is the main capital station called the Alpha Paradiso Free Trade Zone. And I think the taxes are almost nothing. I've done some planetary interaction out here. The highest tax rate I think I've seen is 3%, which is really, really good, especially considering that these are nullsec planets, and nullsec planets do benefit. They are not determined by the security status of the system. If they're nullsec, they usually have a very high density of materials and minerals that can be used for processing advanced materials and building PI, and you can make a lot of money from that. So coming up here, this is one of the drilling platforms. As you can see, we have a chunk of a moon coming off here and is now on its way towards the refining station. What will happen is that, as many of you know, it will come up to a certain distance from the station, it will be blown apart, and essentially a makeshift temporary asteroid field will be created, and then you can mine the asteroid field to get very valuable moon ore. The types of moon ore that I've seen are about mid-grade. They are uncommons, things like that. Fairly valuable. You can get things such as platinum, chromium, those type of moon materials. Do be careful though, because there is a PvP presence in the region. I have been ganked once with a retriever. So as I was flying a retriever, I was the one flying the retriever with my other account, and a Proteus took me out. But do keep that in mind. You gotta have the same precautions when you're here that you would have normally in 0.0. But there's money to be made, and quite a lot of it. Far more money than you lose, and then the occasional ships that get blown up. Other structures, as I'm going to point out here, is Be Kind to refine number 2. This is the main refining station. It's great yields, and you can get a lot. In fact, you even may want to consider, if you do compression and you come out here, actually bring the ore compressed out here and refine it here, than trying to refine it in high sec. I think you'll actually get much better yields on 0.0. N-6 is really the vision that CCP is setting out to create. CCP has the idea of a fully player-driven 0.0 and has been mostly successful, but there are still aspects to it that are not conducive to the full PvP environment. But we're seeing that change very quickly right now. And what do I mean? Well, as I mentioned, local's turned off now. It is probably not coming back, very much like wormhole space. And now we have NPCs destroying player-owned stations. It's going to be complete chaos. It's really shake up the game, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. If you want more of a running dialogue of how this is going, I do recommend to check out the Lone Wolf's channel. He has been doing videos on Even Line far longer than I have, and he is also an industrialist that has been keeping tabs of this whole situation. Very interesting. He's got a good outlook here. Also, as we know, there have been also changes with taxation and bounties and things like that. But beside the point there, N-6, if you really want a chance to step out, not just going into lulsec, but actually going to nullsec, but you don't want to go slamming into the wall with a whole bunch of alliances and things like that, but really more of a lone wolf, I do recommend taking a look at the Great Wildlands regions. There are several advantages that are attractive to someone who is a loner, a lone wolf, a frontiersman, that are not attractive to the major power players such as your alliances. And I really liked N-6 here. I think it's very indicative of the entrepreneurial spirit, and it really just kind of harkens back to the old days of when ISS, the Interstellar Starbase Syndicate, really created stations with this very same idea. And I'm glad to see the same concept reappear again, even though ISS has been gone for many years. The spirit of ISS, I think, lives on here with the Capitalist Army, and particularly their station in N-6. So anyways, folks, I hope you enjoy this video. It's a great opportunity. Feel free to come check it out. I'm sure Capitalist Army would love to have more people come on out and take advantage of this area. I'm sure also the PvPers wouldn't mind having more targets come out, and I'm sure industrialists wouldn't mind coming out to make some more ISK, and everyone's a winner. All right. Anyways, I hope you liked the video, guys. Take care. I will see you soon. Again, things have been very, very busy for me personally in the last particularly week. Hopefully that will start to come down in the next few days. We'll see, but I'll definitely try to get some more videos up. So stay tuned.